Coming up, the District 6 boys volleyball season is serving up some great highlights.
Plus, we'll take a look at Penn State's softball series against Rutgers.
And a look at Penn State women's lacrosse and their thrilling finish in overtime, stringing together a great deal of recent momentum. After the Whistle starts now. Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. Our crews traveled all over District 6 to bring you the latest on high school volleyball, softball, lacrosse, and more. Live from University Park, I'm Brian Portney.
And I'm Cora Rodriguez. Penn State Athletics continues to make history. We'll have all that and more coming up.
The April weather is known for its showers, and both Penn State and high school athletics had to cancel baseball, softball, and tennis. Our meteorologist Sean Romeo has the weather report. Sean?
Well, it really has been brutal across here, thanks, Brian, because we had snow coming through Monday and Tuesday, which really screwed up any kind of outdoor sports you have going. And guess what? There's more green on the radar coming. And this band of snow come through on Monday, then snow showers all day on Tuesday. It was just one thing after another with this really ugly, cold, dreary weather. And it's not going to get much better, unfortunately. Take a look at the usual temperatures this time of year. We're about 56 would be an average high for yesterday. We were only hit 41 here in State College. It has not been pleasant. Average minimum about 36. Overnight minimum was 26. So really just cold and ugly and rainy. So it's not really going to get much better again, which is unfortunate. Tonight, a little closer to average. We're in the mid-30s across much of central Pennsylvania. Rain does arrive by the later overnight hours, so I would be careful if you're out there. There is a possibility more things get canceled because of the cold and because of the upcoming rain. So if you look forward into the future cast here, the rain moves through western half of the state, especially overnight tonight. That's when you really start to see weather move into Thursday. Thursday is pretty much a washout across the board here in central Pennsylvania and eastward. Friday is a similar story in the eastern half of the state. That's where things really start cooking up. And into Saturday as well, it's really not much better. The eastern half of the state into central Pennsylvania, things really do not get any better. The next system we have moving through is coming forward next week, and that's Monday and Tuesday that we'll start to see things. And again, not a lot of great news for outdoor sports coming up. Back to you guys over at the desk.
Well, Sean, because of that awful weather, plenty of games across central Pennsylvania have been canceled. Bishop Guilfoyle was supposed to face off against Bellefonte in baseball Tuesday at 4:30. Another baseball cancellation was Hollidaysburg's matchup against Penns Valley, which was also supposed to take place on Tuesday. Switching over to softball, Mechanicsburg's matchup against State College on Monday was also postponed. Leaving the diamond for boys tennis, Tussey Mountain's face-off against Juniata Valley Monday afternoon was canceled. Certainly a rough week for high school sports across District 6.
Our game of the week was last night with boys volleyball as the 5-0 Cumberland Valley Eagles traveled to face 1-3 Altoona Mountain Lions. Cumberland Valley came into this matchup as number 1 in the state. The game is on the way at Altoona Area High School Fieldhouse. The Eagles are ready to remain undefeated. Cumberland Valley set the tone early with this, wait for it, beautiful set to Kevin Connolly, who gets the kill. Both teams in the heated rally early in set 2, with Altoona down early trying to bounce back. It isn't until CV's Derek Paul gets the block, but Aiden Dunwoody would get low for the save. The ref would rule it dead. Altoona wouldn't be able to get ahead of Cumberland Valley as Aiden Dunwoody spikes it again and again to help CV take set 3. Cumberland Valley showed why they're number 1 in the state with a clean sweep to take all 3 sets. Cumberland Valley stays undefeated as Altoona looks to bounce back against Carlisle tomorrow. Our Game of the Week reporter Isaac Halleck has more on the showdown.
Thanks, Cora. The Cumberland Valley boys volleyball team this season has been all about what it takes to bounce back.
2 years removed from a District 3 3A title, Cumberland Valley has been a team on the road to redemption. The Eagles entered Tuesday's road matchup with Altoona looking to continue their undefeated start to the season.
This team's hungry. We're motivated after last year. It didn't go our way, so I think we all worked hard this offseason. We're ready to go. We're ready to win this again.
After a strong start to the opening set, the Eagles cruised to a 25-17 win to take a 1-0 lead in the match. CV would continue to dominate, winning the second set 25-11 and the third set 25-12. Senior Avery Reynolds was dominant at the net with 5 solo blocks. Seniors Aiden Dunwoody and Derek Paul led the way with 9 kills, while Avery Reynolds and sophomore Elijah Fox both finished with 7 kills each.
We need to keep bringing the energy individually and as a team. I thought I played okay today. Definitely some things I can work on, but overall, I'm worried about the team and how we play as a team. So, we got the win, so that's all that matters.
The Eagles continue to stand tall as a top-ranked team in Pennsylvania. They have not lost a set this season.
I also think it's pretty important not to repeat the past, because we thought we were strong in districts, and then the next year we thought we'd just do it again easily, and we didn't. So we're going to take our wins for our wins, and we're going to try and just keep stacking them.
Cumberland Valley's great start to the year keeps on rolling against the Chambersburg Trojans tomorrow. Back to you guys at the desk.
From the volleyball court to the gridiron, State College star and Delaware commit Ty Salazar was named Mr. PA Football of the Year. Salazar had 79 receptions, 1,597 yards, and 21 touchdowns this past season. He led the Little Lions to their 4th straight District 6 6A title and a state playoff win.
Honestly, it's definitely tough trying to get all the energy to come out every single drive, every single.
The future Blue Hen leaves a legacy as one of the best players in District 6 history. The Little Lions will have a tough task replacing his production next fall. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Penn State hockey's historic run to the Frozen Four.
But first, here's some scores around the District 6. Penn State will play in its first Frozen Four in program history tomorrow night after a historic run in the second half of the season. Our reporter Cassie Vaselis is at Pagola Ice Arena with the update.
Thanks, Cora. Penn State is on a historical run right now, but when we look back to the beginning of the season, this almost didn't even seem possible. The Nittany Lions started 0-8 in conference play and were 33rd in the NCAA before starting to turn their season around. The leadership group, including Carson Dick and Simon Mack, refused to let the team get negative. Using the Penn State women's volleyball team and Coach Katie Schumacher-Colley's journey as inspiration, Penn State started to get hot as they took big wins to get them into the Allentown Regionals. During the Regionals, the Nittany Lions dominated Maine and took an overtime win against UConn. Not only are they the only Big Ten team left, but also the only 4 seed.
There was a time in our season where people left us for dead too, just like the women's volleyball team. And to actually, everybody talks a good game, but for them to actually do it and then come out right now going to the Frozen Four is just remarkable. That's, I think, the biggest lesson that I've learned in a long, long time.
Godowski has coached this team through many ups and downs, but they are right now at a place where they have never been before. Every single player has contributed to the success and shown how strong and close-knit the team is. Guy Godowski always says it, but this is just business as usual, although they will face a tough challenge against the Boston University Terriers.
Extremely dangerous from multiple places in the offensive zone. Obviously, they have a defenseman that is extremely gifted. So really, we are going to play an extremely disciplined game to give ourselves a better chance.
With the team making it to the Frozen Four, it has opened more opportunities for recruiting and growing hockey in Center County. The game against Boston University will take place tomorrow in St. Louis at 8:30 p.m. The winner will then go on to face either Western Michigan or Denver on Saturday for the national championship. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Cassie Vaselis. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Cassie. The rain also affected Penn State softball as the Nittany Lions faced Rutgers in a doubleheader this past Friday. Here's the action from Game 1. Youth softball players ran out with the team for starting lineups. In the bottom of the first, Natalie Lito chops one to third and reaches base on an error.
Wow, look at her run. That is so quick.
Later, Maddie Gordon bounces one up the middle where she's thrown out but would drive in a run. Great sacrifice right there.
Exactly.
Moving to the top of the 6th, Riley Wong hits a sac fly, cutting the deficit to 2-1.
You could almost see it in the air. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and in the top of the 7th, it's Maddie Volpe who throws a wild pitch, but Mason Seidel recovers the ball and tags out the runner to end the game.
And that's a really good recovery, Brian.
Way to go from the backstop and from the catcher. The Nittany Lions would hold on to get the thrilling victory in Game 1. Maddie Volpe threw a complete game for the Nittany Lions, giving up just 2 hits and striking out 6 in the victory.
Penn State and Rutgers back in action just 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. Slow starting game, Abigail Britton gets the K to end the inning. If you don't know what that means strikeout. Jumping ahead to the action, Madison Seidel with the soft hit to drive in the run, putting the Nittany Lions ahead 2-0. I mean, look at her celebrating right there. You know what else? They're going to celebrate with those fans. I mean, look at them all cheering over there.
Young fans are loving it.
Exactly. Megan Ricks with the bunt there, and she is going to run it out. Now in the top of the 5th, Haley Brunson with the line drive to the center that brings a runner home to end the game. Penn State run rules Rutgers 8-0 to take Game 2 from the Scarlet Knights. Penn State went on to beat Rutgers in Game 3 on Sunday, 15-11, taking the sweep of the Big Ten home opener. Looking forward, Penn State hosts Ohio State this weekend, while Rutgers travels this weekend to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. The Nittany Lions and Scarlet Knights play in another sport as well this week with women's lacrosse clash at Panzer Stadium on Thursday. Starting off early in the second quarter, it's Hillary Elsinger dancing through the rain and tying it up 3 for Rutgers. But then, just 3 minutes later, Lauren Saltz would find the back of the net with a pass from Kelly McKinney to make it 4-3 Penn State. The defense would also come alive for the blue and white as sophomore goaltender Sydney Manning making a brilliant stop between her legs on the free position shot. I mean, she's just amazing. Once Penn State took the lead, they never looked back as Lauren Saltz made it 8-5 in the third quarter with her career-high 5th goal in the evening. The Nittany Lions survived a fourth quarter comeback attempt with 4 straight goals from Rutgers to take 12-10 victory. The Scarlet Knights fell 8-5 before dropping another game on Sunday at home to Northwestern, while Penn State secured their 3rd straight Big Ten win and advanced to 5-7.
The Nittany Lions took on the Buckeyes on Sunday for their Youth Lacrosse Day. Penn State is looking for their 4th consecutive conference win. Starting in the third quarter, it's Maddie Barhorst who sends a pass to Zoe Coleman to tie it up at 8.
Ooh, that was great.
Yeah, and later in the third quarter, Elise Smeagol buried the ball to make it 10-9, Ohio State cutting the deficit.
I mean, look at that celebration, Brian.
Yeah. With 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Kate Tyak makes the game 11-11, tying it up and sending it into overtime. Peyton Wainman was the overtime hero after a pass from Erica Ho as the Nittany Lions win 12-11. This was the second one-overtime game in a row for the blue and white. Ohio State falls to 8-4 and will take on Johns Hopkins on Thursday, while Penn State improves to 6-7 and will face USC on Sunday.
Our reporter Jenna Wisman was at that game. Jenna, what did you see?
Well, Cora, Penn State is no stranger to close games and knew that every minute against Ohio State counted. Tons of fans showed out to Youth and Alumni Day at Panzer Stadium on Sunday, April 6th to watch Penn State take on Big Ten opponent Ohio State. The Nittany Lions seeking their 4th straight conference win. Both teams were evenly matched, going toe-to-toe with each other for the entirety of the game. The game was ultimately sent into overtime, but this is nothing new for Penn State. They defeated Michigan in overtime just the week prior.
Spirits are high at Panzer Stadium after an overtime win by Penn State. The game was back and forth the entire time. Ohio State would score, Penn State would score, but in the end, Sydney Manning had an insane save which sent the game into overtime, and they were able to get the job done from there.
Peyton Wainman would become the hero of the day, scoring the game-winning goal.
We have so many big scorers on our team, and I'm coming back from an injury, and I was like, why not me take the cut and Erica Ho with that pass, and I just hit the goal. Yeah.
The Nittany Lions have now won their last 2 games in overtime and look to keep their momentum going.
I guess our team is just built for overtime, you know? We thrive in the pressure situations, and this one actually crushed it.
Penn State now moves to 6-7 on the season and will welcome USC to the East Coast on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Penn State spring sports are not only playing great, but reaching milestones. Let's see the broken record from baseball, softball, and lacrosse. Last Friday, Ryan DeSanto got his 200th career strikeout against Minnesota in the first game of this series. Brooke Clausewitz hits a home run for Penn State softball, setting their single-season home run record at 54 against Rutgers. I mean, that is just impressive. At last but not least, Matt Trainer scores his 100th career goal, which gives Penn State a massive Big Ten win against Michigan.
While many high school and Penn State sports are canceling games, there were still so many top plays to choose from. Our top 3 plays reporter Alec Brown cut it down to 3. Alec?
Thanks, Brian. Tons of great action across Penn State and District 6 this week, but these were our top plays of the week. Coming in at number 3, it's Penn State's Haley Brunson crushing this ball up the middle to help drive in the first run of the inning and the game for the Nittany Lions against Rutgers. Great job getting Natalie Lido home. You can see how excited they are there. And at number 2, it's women's lacrosse in an overtime thriller against Ohio State. Here you can see Erica Ho looking for teammates. Finds Haley Weinman on the far side. She shoots and scores right there. Gets the win over Ohio State, their second overtime Big Ten win of the season so far. Look at how much it means to them right there. And coming in at number 1, Maddie Volpe pitching, gets away from her. Then behind the plate, it's Madison Seidel, meets the runner at home. She tracks her down, records the final out of the game to record the 2-1 win over Rutgers. You can see how much love there is at the plate for Seidel. They're making an incredible play to seal the victory. We fought through the rain and snow for this week's top 3 plays. Cora and Brian, back to you guys.
So Brian, what was your favorite part about this week?
Well, I'd say all of the rain. Thank you, Mother Nature, for canceling so many games. But no, seriously, it was Ryan DeSanto's 200th strikeout would have to be for me. And as for you?
You know, I'm a really big lacrosse girl, so I just love the lacrosse, and especially with all the women's lacrosse going on this weekend. Absolutely. Well, that is all for this week's show. Tune in next week for more coverage on District 6 and Penn State sports. I'm Brian Portney. And I'm Cora Rodriguez. For more updates on our show and coverage of games, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ATWPSU. And check out the Penn State Student Media website. We'll see you here next week, right here on After the Whistle.